Boroda, good morning. How are you this morning? Hope you're well. I have to confess we haven't had much sleep for the last 2 nights in our house for the obvious reasons that Will has been keeping his eye on the elections. And he's not been the only one in our house, I have to say. And I just thought, oh gosh, what does the Bible tell us to do about such things? And how do we seek our solace and comfort and encouragement, perhaps, from what God and Christ might have to say to us about elections and voting, and how could that even be in the Bible in terms of something that is relevant? Google is your friend when you wonder what you might want to find in the Bible, and I had this lovely little bit from Paul's letter to the Galatians. Listen to this. It's not about voting. It's not about general elections, but it is about how to cope in times of need. This is what he says. So let us not grow weary in doing what is right, for we will reap at harvest time if we do not give up. So then, whenever we have an opportunity, let us work for the good of all, and especially for those of the family of faith. It's in chapter 6, verse 9 and 10. And I love it. Let us not grow weary in doing what is right. Whenever we have an opportunity, let us work for the good of all the family. Or for the good of all, especially for those of family of faith. I think, gosh, keep going, do what is right, even when it feels like you might be the only person. And I expect Paul felt like that a lot, which is why he's written it in that letter to the Galatians. And I think it's a thread that we see through quite a lot of what Paul has to say to us. And it's true, of course, isn't it? Keep going if you know that what you're doing is right. Even if that feels like a lonely place to be, or if you might be in the minority. And I think that's something that Christians do really well. And I think we need to be more confident about it, actually. We might quietly say that we see injustice and we might quietly want to be working on it. But perhaps we need to be a little bit louder and a little bit more vocal and gather some others around us and take more of a prominent role when we see injustice. Because I've got a sneaking feeling that even though we might think we're on our own with it, or that there aren't many would agree with us when we see something that's wrong and we're the only ones we think that are keeping going with what is right. I think probably there's more of us than we realise, but we're not very good at being open and honest and taking the risk of sharing how we really feel to find the others that are actually on our side too. And I think there's a little reminder to me there to actually be a little bit more vocal and a little bit more prominent when I spot injustice or when I think I might be the only person trying to get it right. Of course, we do have to listen to the other side too, don't we? Because sometimes we think we're right and actually we might be terribly wrong. And we'll only know that if we've got an open ear and an open heart to listen to the other side of the conversation. And then we're going down a whole new track of thought, aren't we? And I'm not sure I have the energy for that first thing in the morning. Not when we've had 2 bad nights sleep. I'm going to leave you with that as a thought, though. I think there's somewhere to go with that, isn't there? We must keep going when we know that what we're doing is right. It's in the Bible there. Paul wrote it to the Galatians. But my tag on would be, we must always listen to the other side of the argument too, because we might have something to learn. And what I do know about all arguments and all points of disagreement is that both sides think they're right. Otherwise there wouldn't be the disagreement. Nobody argues for a point that they don't believe in. Nobody beats a drum for something that they're not convinced is right. So even when we know we're right, we must listen to the other side of the argument and understand what the other side is. And that's how conversations start, and that's how people's minds are changed. And this has gone way deeper and gone quite profound, hasn't it? It's enough for today, though, I think. What are you going to do today? I'm going to keep on doing what I keep on doing, and I'm going to start thinking about Christmas today, actually. There's a lot to think about in terms of putting Christmas online and also making something available in person, and quite hard to plan at this stage. And I'm also going to remember to listen to the other side when I think I'm right. See where that takes me. Hey, have a good day, won't you? And I hope there's some fireworks you can watch from your windows this evening. And I shall talk to you on Monday. Take care. Lots of love. God bless. Bye bye.